it's your boy Oscino Fly, back with another review. This time we are reviewing She-Hulk. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, as far as much of the Marvel Phase 4 that I believe that we in, I haven't been reviewing some of the shows on there, except the ones I probably reviewed, like the Captain America and the Winter Soldier, because I haven't been interested. Some of them that I've literally passed on and I still have not watched, like Miss Marvel. I have not watched Miss Marvel, and I think there was another show, Hawkeye. I didn't even watch Hawkeye because I wasn't interested, nor they wasn't superheroes that I'm interested in anyway. But She-Hulk, I've always been interested in She-Hulk, if not from the comics, but basically the character, you know, that's been brought around even in the 90s cartoon. If anybody remembers She-Hulk from the 90s cartoon, I think She-Hulk is an interesting character in itself. Coming with this show, it's just like, okay, I can see myself being interested in something like this. So what do I think about it? Let's have a talk. Obviously, if you're watching this by now, the second episode just dropped. But I do want to talk about everything that's been going on for the first episode and how everybody's been kind of like treating this. First things first, let's just start off with the show. I like the concept. I really do like the concept of them just trying to take a comedy route instead of just being a whole superhero thing, just to be in a comedy route of things that kind of happen outside of, you know, the Marvel universe, of them going through shit. It's like the legal aspects from what it was showing. I even like the fact it's a comedy show because, you know, more and more, you know, they've been putting comedy in their action superheroes, and some things has been really funny and some things have been hit and miss. I think Ant-Man is real funny. Thor, depending on how you feel about Thor, it's been funny, but I feel like a lot of people didn't been hit and miss about that too, depending on what type what you get from there. With that being said, there's a lot of things there that I've seen people complain about that I do understand, and I do want to get to it, especially in the first episode. Because I'm gonna just, here's my short synopsis of the second episode. It's okay, but there was one scene, but obviously you kind of want to know, there's things that happen in there that is just like, I'd rather watch that than watch this. But we'll get to that when I get to it. But as far as the second episode, it was a cool episode, but there was things in there that I would rather see that happen instead of just watching this. So that's my whole review on episode 2. Sorry. But episode 1, and this is what a lot of people kind of like saw because you know, did their reviews on and how they feel about the series. The way she got her powers, I think is really weird. That she, you know, Bruce was just bleeding on into her, and she had an open wound. You just bleed on after a fucking car accident from a spaceship, and you're just like, damn, what about that spaceship? And Bruce talks about it. He was like, I need to get to that, and I'm like, that could be a whole episode right there. There's a lot of, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of that in this series. Not saying that She-Hulk isn't an interesting character, but there's other shit that's going on, and you're like, I want to know about that. You're going to see that a lot. First off, I would say this: the character that plays She-Hulk, Tatiana Maslany, I think she's really cool. I think she fits the whole She-Hulk thing. I think she plays it really well to at least get an emotion out of you. I feel like that's, as far as an actor, that's the kind of job you want. But as far as She-Hulk as a character, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not liking, in this first episode, I really didn't like it that much because and maybe it's because of the way she's written. Let's just say this. Obviously, Bruce Banner knows how to be the Hulk. He's been doing this Hulk shit, and he's been trying to, you know, learn how to control this inner demon that's out of, because you already know how Hulk came about. It's like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde story. So obviously, he had to merge both both Bruce Banner and the Hulk to make, you know, Smart Hulk, as they would say. I don't want to say, a lot of people say, you know, they make Hulk look soft. The only reason to say, and I feel like the only reason to say that because you're seeing Smart Hulk instead of just your standard Hulk that, you know, Hulk smash everything, and you're just seeing this guy in glasses and all that stuff look like, you know, a dad. He looks like a dad instead of a superhero. So I understand why people is just not really gravitating to this Hulk. But as far as She-Hulk, the whole story, because basically the whole first episode is she turns into the Hulk, and basically the Hulk is telling her how to control her powers. But she's like, I don't really want to, and she's been all condescending about it, and she's kind of being a bitch about it. And it's just like, Hulk is like, look, you need to learn how to control your anger, because earlier she goes into this bar and some dudes hit on her, and she fucking, you know, Hulks out and like hurts 3 of the guys in there. So I guess Hulk, seeing that, you know, trying to make her control the anger and all this. There's an episode that I see. There's a part of the scene that everybody talks about, and it's her. And it's her talking about, you know, how she's being catcalled, and, you know, people trying to explain their job to her and all that. And a lot of people had a problem with that, which is understandable. And I'm going to tell you ladies why it's understandable. What she said wasn't wrong, but it's who she said it to. If you understand Bruce, like, especially since someone that, you know, has the superpower and has to know how to control his anger, and, you know, he's basically in Mexico, so people will leave him the fuck alone. You at least, okay, I guess I have to live with this now. You're living with this. How do I live with it? You want to take advice, but instead, every once in a while, she tries to one-up him and showboat him. And it's just like, you know what? That's, you know, when he pushed her off the cliff and, you know, she gave him the middle finger, I laughed at that part. Which also, for something to be a comedy, I didn't laugh a lot. But except that one scene where Hulk pushed her off the fucking cliff and she basically flipped her off. Thought that was funny. But as far as this being a comedy, and it's through both episodes, I didn't laugh a lot. Not gonna lie, you did not laugh a lot. So comedy could be better. I know I'm everywhere, but, you know, I haven't been back on it for it, so just bear with me. Now, back to the whole control your anger. If you understand Bruce Banner's story, that is the wrong person to say that to, because he has been through a lot of shit. So I feel like the one person that do know how to control his anger because of a lot of shit that he's been through, it'd be Bruce fucking Banner. Now, if you're going through the comic book phase, yeah, she has what he goes through depends on what she going through. Ain't shit. Sorry, ladies. It's not saying that he's better or anything. I'm just saying the life that he went through doesn't compare, in my opinion, doesn't compare anything to what she goes through. All right. That's all I'm saying. Especially when his parents been beaten to death, you got another fucking monster inside you that you gotta control all the fucking time. You always gotta control your anger, because if your anger comes out, you fucking hulking out, and this motherfucker's an out of control motherfucker that could destroy Harlem. Let alone you get your ass whipped by Thanos, and like you couldn't use your fucking hands anymore because of the damn gloves. There's a lot of shit that Hulk done went through that is just like, she just being condescending about it. So as a watcher, you're like, bruh, what, you know, I'd rather take that than whatever the fuck Bruce Banner went through. So this is why I'm not gonna lie, this is why a lot of men felt that way about that one scene. It's not that what she said wasn't justified. It's like, one, who is she talking to? And two, it's just like, even if you are correct, that shit don't compare nothing to what Bruce went to. So that whole thing, miss me with that bullshit. That's in short, miss me with that bullshit. What do I think about the She-Hulk that looked at? She looks like Michael Jackson.
He doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
I can put a picture of Michael Jackson and I can put a picture of She-Hulk, and you can say, tell me she don't look like fucking Michael Jackson. And, you know, Hulk, you know, is CG otherwise. He looks really good, but she just looks out of place every time when she's She-Hulk. And it throws me off all the fucking time, because it seems like, now, is that a good or a bad thing? I don't know. I feel like it's something I get used to, but I just, you can tell. Especially if you're in, you know, if you're in the field, you can definitely tell the CG. Like, I've seen a lot of reviews talk about the CG and shit. Even even before the show came out, there's a lot of people talking about they don't like the way she looks, they don't like the CG and all that stuff. But yeah, in the face, she looks like Michael Jackson.
Got a light-skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson. Got a dark-skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson.
So face-wise, she's the green friend that looked like Michael Jackson. And she's not, so far, she's not a likable character. It reminds me of the review I did with She's Gotta Have It, where I did not like Noah Darling at fucking all. Like, to me, she was and I love the actress that played her, and I think she's a gorgeous woman, but I just did not like Noah Darling. I feel like now I'm giving this a chance because it's just like I said, I do like the concept. But so far, I don't feel like she is someone I'd root for. Even in the second episode where, spoilers, because, she fucking saved a bunch of people in the courtroom, they looked at her as a distraction, and she lost her fucking job. And it's just like, damn, you kind of want to root for her. And, they try to give you the sympathy, but it's just like, I don't see it. And second of all, to me, it's just like, it don't make sense anyway, because, like, why would that be a distraction? She's a fucking, like, if anything, I feel like that would gain, especially if she fucking, if she proves her case right, she started winning cases, I feel like it will help you more than it hurt you. But that's what the guy that, the guy from GLK and H,
lately I've been,
ends up hiring her. Like, this is all spoilers. Ends up hiring her, and she gets her own office and all that shit. She has to, represent Abomination. And if you know who Abomination is, she tried to kill Bruce, Abomination tried to kill Bruce, and she's like, oh, I'm not really for it. Justifiable. Don't get me wrong. She is justifiable. But he ends up taking it anyway. Then you realize that Hulk, she wanted to talk to Hulk. She was like, hey, and I'm paraphrasing here. Hey, this is Jen. In order to get this job, I gotta represent Abomination. I don't know if y'all really go through shit. Hulk was like, it's cool. Water under the bridge. It's just like, where you at? And you can see he's in this spaceship and he's fucking traveling. And you're like, I want to see where this is going. First of all, how the fuck you get there anyway? So I feel like it's going to be a lot of that in this episode, in this show. In general, it's just like, shit is going to happen. And you're like, I want to know about that. Damn all the lawyer shit. Even though this is a lawyer show and this is portrayed around She-Hulk, and that's cool. But you cannot be throwing shit out there that is more interesting than the story, than the main story, and you're gonna have niggas like me going, fuck, I wanna know what that's about. Hell, even when at the end of the episode when Abomination was in the Underground Fight Club, and I'm like, how the fuck he get there? Now obviously I gotta wait next week to find that out. So that's that's one thing, but I feel like in this episode is gonna be a lot of shit that's gonna be happening, and I'm gonna be wondering how the fuck it get there, and we're never gonna get to it. And it's one thing you cannot do is make the side story more important, more interesting than the main story. That's bad. Overall, I'm going to give this a chance. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to bash it like everybody. Oh, it's the worst thing. Or I can understand why people do not like it, but it's not a bad show. And I think a lot of people are, saying the same thing. It's like, it's not a bad show. You can understand the concept. You can see where they was going with. And it's probably like Loki, because the first episode of Loki, you be like, where's this going? And then by the time it got to the last couple of episodes, you be like, okay, I like where this is going. Can't wait for a season 2. I feel like it might go on this line. So that's why I'm keeping my optimism up. Okay, where's this going? Am I going to like it at the end? And hopefully, I will like it at the end, because, like I said, I like She-Hulk, and I want to know how this is going to unravel. So, like I said, we're only 2 episodes in, and I'm hoping like there's some good things, but I'm not gonna bash it like everybody else did. But Let me know what y'all think. Did y'all like She-Hulk? I feel like there's going to be some interesting side story that is going to be more important than the main story, and you're going to be wondering about those. Or do you think that she can carry the whole series on her own? So let me know what you guys think. Till then, my name is Oscino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.
Fancy ass man wear glove of rings, flying around town in a tub of wings. Found out how to make love to fiends. He mixing that fudge with the drug of dreams. She too teenage to have a drug of choice, but she fuck with that Royce like she love Detroit. She rollin'.
Pharaoh.